Machixis Kutihaima. My name is Sister Who Walks with Bears. My colonized name is Marge Grow Eppard. So some things have been brought to my attention that I kind of put to the side for right now because I was waiting to hear from others and it flooded in. So I want to discuss today about moon time. When the female has her moon time, that's very sacred. It's revered as a sacred time and space for that particular female. And there's things that is protocol that she will not be a part of in the sweat lodge. Purification ceremony, preparing food, things like that. But it was brought to my attention quite a few times that there is a man that lives in the Sacramento area that has a sweat lodge that he has quite a few people come to, even though the elders over a year ago had a meeting for him to take this down, to put his medicine away because he had been accused of molestation. And not just in California. We found out in South Carolina, he was asked to leave. I thought, well, keep him there if he wants to stay in another state. And so as these, I'll say, allegations were coming in, it wasn't just from one or two women. It was quite a few. And so when the community got together, we formed a circle of how we would continue on with having this man stop. And so people had contacted him and told him he did not even have permission to have that sweat lodge up and running on Miwok land. He hasn't done any protocol to be a sweat lodge leader. He claims he is a bear captain. A lot of these are self-proclaimed as far as we're concerned because we haven't been able to talk to his elders, and the ones who do know him don't really associate with him or allow him down south, the area he's from. So when this came to our attention about one of the young females that he molested, he made it a point to make her so uncomfortable that she took away her temporary restraining order. She doesn't want anything to do with him, and she was just terrorized. As many of us know, that happens when something like this has pretty much invaded our territory, and for generations we're taught to be quiet, keep quiet. That's why I don't do that red handprint on my face anymore, because silence equals violence. And when you do that, you are not bringing really awareness to MMIW. You're promoting more of the silence equals violence, and that's what he runs off of. He's gone so far as to try to have me ordered to the court of law, the colonized court of law. I would not accept, because you do not demand I be somewhere. He had a Zoom meeting where he sent me not an invitation. It was, you will be there. I said, you do not boss me around. If you would have asked in a respectful way, yeah, but I would have told the truth in front of everybody who was on that Zoom meeting. I would have annihilated him with the knowledge that I know about him. I was involved in that circle for a while, and then things started being brought to my attention. The misuse that he does of the females is it's not tolerated around here. Some circles might allow that, and it's become normal. well, we've got to stop that right now. That's part of our missing and murdered, is because nobody listens to the female. So when these allegations were brought to everybody's attention, only a few of the men stood up and said, yes, I'll be that warrior. We'll go there and we'll tell him he has to stop having ceremonies. The lodge needs to come down for at least a year. He needs to put his medicine away, his bear hides, his wolf hides, all of that, eagle feathers, everything that he has that he calls medicine was asked to be put away until he gets with a respected elder who could come along his path and help him. He refused. He started claiming false things about many of us, and I have nothing to hide. It's like, I'll meet you anywhere and I'll tell you exactly what I know of this person. I've even tried helping other women that would fall under his spell and go and live with him with their kids. That's what he wants. He wants a woman with kids that he can manipulate. And it fell on deaf ears. There's nothing else I can do. I have to stand back at that time, but be there when it all comes crumbling down around him again. With this being said, another incident has happened in that so-called sweat lodge. He promotes young women to be in there on their moon with other males. And we all know that that is not allowed. That's our time of strength. And him knowing that, he thinks that he is delving into this type of magic that he can use against people to violate and intimidate. And that is got to stop, because that's not how we were brought up. Like I said, it's a sacred time, a special time, and he's manipulating and exploiting it. So when you have men in the sweat lodge and you bring that woman in knowing that she's on her moon, you're up to no good. And how that was found out also is one of the men had arrived late, and when they opened the door for the next round, that smell hit him. And he knew, because he's a father, a grandfather, so he's well aware of that, and he wouldn't enter that lodge. The others that knew entered that lodge, because I don't know what this man has told them to gain power or whatever is not true for them. It's a sickness, and he's trying to coerce a lot of people, saying he has this power. He's not Miwok. He's not even California native. He has a woman who's running the women's sweat lodge who claims she's Cherokee. She is not. I know for a fact, because she used to date my brother. And my brother taught her many things about our medicine and where to gather them and the songs, and it goes on. And she raped the area that I told her was Miwok medicine gathering, and she was not to be there. That my brother was not supposed to tell her, an outsider, where that was. She gathers it in the wrong time of year also. They have no regard of anything of our protocols or our respect. And so, people ask me, they'll say, hey, what about this lodge? I hear there's a woman pouring water. No, don't go. But if they still do, then that's on you. Don't come back yelling at me. Why didn't you drag me out of there? Because that's not my responsibility. My responsibility as a sacred life giver, as a spiritual leader, as a woman's bear society leader, I can't force you. I can only say, I would not go. You don't see me in there. And if you don't see me in there, and I've been telling all the women, I don't sweat with men, because there are certain things that woman needs to talk about and have prayed over during that time. And if her abuser's in that same lodge, she cannot speak. So we have certain women who do pour water, who are walking the red road, who are in a good way, who have learned the right way is where we go, where we gather. But it's not for show at all. It's not ego. And this is what this man has taught others, is about ego and me, and he loves his selfies. Every day it seems like there's 50 selfies. And I was in a few of them years ago. He even has hundreds of pictures being with us with the missing murdered Indigenous women Healing Lodge teepee before I knew what he was about. He is no longer allowed in my circle or to touch anything. Like I said, we asked him to put his medicine away. He's refused. He's kept that lodge up, and others are getting sick. I don't know what to tell you, because we tried to warn you. What I'm warning you now is this is what's going on. If you're in a lodge and you know there's a woman on her moon, you are in the wrong lodge. We don't even let women come into our roundhouses if they're on our moon, because we have people from all over that are dancing. We have our elders, our little ones, and we have to protect them. So when you hear of somebody doing this and you're okay with it, you need to stay away from my circle, because we don't follow that bad magic way. And, this guy is pretty pumped up with the power he feels he has. And as we all know, that it's a long way down from the top, bud. And you're falling. You're going to be falling fast. He thought I was leading the way. I don't care. If you think I'm the one that's blocking you from having your ceremonies, go ahead. Go ahead and blame me. I don't care. Maybe I am the one blocking you. Who knows? But right now, he is still terrorizing some of the women who have done TROs, temporary restraining orders, against him. And quite a few have won already, up to 3 years. He cannot be around them. Anything we're at, whether it's a big time, a powwow, a birthday party, whatever, they carry that TRO with them everywhere, and they find out who is running that, and they bring a copy of that for their record, stating he cannot be there around them because he has violated them. He has molested them. And that's all I wanted to say about, it's not just 1 or 2 people that have witnessed that he is doing this when women are in moon time. I know exactly what he's up to, and many of the elders do too. So you got to really beware of who you're around and what they are doing, because he brings a lot of kids around. He swears he's going to make them bear dancers. You have to learn many years to be a bear. It doesn't happen overnight. It could take 20, 30 years. And he's bringing up these little kids and making false accusations, and that they're going to be this and this and this. And then when he gets in trouble, he has to shut everything down, and it tears these little ones up because they really want to learn. But we have to step in as a community and scoop up these little ones and tell them, okay, we got to brush you off. We have to teach you the right way. And sometimes there's tests along that way of others that are saying they are the bear captain, they are the sweat lodge leader, they are the Sundance spiritual leader, whatever it is. You will be exposed. I'm not going to say the name right now, but the community all knows exactly who I'm talking about. And what I will say also, in my humble opinion, because he's tried throwing a cease and desist letter on me. Ain't gonna work, bud, because I've done nothing wrong. You want me to go up in that court and say what I know? You're gonna slither away. You understand me? Don't ever, ever think you're gonna come at me or one of my own and mistreat them, molest them, rape them, drug them. You say you pray over people, you think it's P-R-A-Y, it's P-R-E-Y. You're praying over my community, and it's gonna stop now because we know who you are. Oh, to all my relations.